Hey YouTube, Redneck Computer Geek here with my fish update as to what's going on with all the different tanks. And today I came home to something that I really wasn't expecting. And just to warn you, it's a tad bit of a gruesome thing that I came home to. The other day I went to feed the Polycynogalis in the tank, and it never came to the surface, but I was in a hurry. This morning, yet again, I went to go and feed it, and it never came up, and I was in a hurry. So I haven't seen it in basically 2 days. And tonight I came home, noticed the tank was a little bit grungy, and decided I was going to vacuum it, and here's what we found. So if you've followed me, you know that I keep 2 very large black tetras in with my 6-inch poly. Well, I did have a 6-inch poly. If you look, that little black thing is its skull, and underneath that aerator is its body. Or rather, it's spinal. So, apparently when you have a small poly, you probably shouldn't have it in with black tetras, because they ate it. But anyways, on the rest of the tanks, we have our goldfish we've now decided to name Fred. He's one of 12 that I threw into the tank that were feeders, and Seagram and Seven enjoyed chasing them around and eating them, and so did the Pims occasionally. And for some reason they didn't eat Fred. And Fred has grown big time. He's probably about 5 inches long at this point. And I'm kind of worried. If he keeps growing at the rate he is, I'm going to have to figure out something to do with him. And if you notice, nobody's in this tank. That's because we moved test subject into this one. Because unfortunately, Bumble died. But Bumble was an Asian redtail, and he was about 3.5 years old at this point. So unfortunately, that's not that uncommon. We also lost one of the Donios, but one of them is still kicking around. And one of them was quite fat, and he's the one who died, so I really have to wonder if maybe it was obesity that killed him. And on to Speckles. Speckles is doing really well. See if we can find some food for Speckles. Speckles really likes the cichlid staple that I get at Petco. And see if she'll quit being camera shy. Well, anyways. Speckles is hitting a good 8 inches or so at this point. You can probably see Pete maybe down there. He's a good 8 inches as a common pleco. And ironically, there are quite a few guppies now living with Speckles. I threw in close to 24 or so about 2 weeks or so ago. And she basically only ate about 10 of them. So we'll see what happens from here. She actually seems to cower away from them. I don't know what's up with that. So we'll go take a look as to what's going on with the big boys downstairs. For those who have been around my channel, you know that I built this 300-gallon tank, and it worked out really well until the pool paint decided to react with the fiberglass. So this is actually Herco pond liner, and it's been painted on. It's 5 coats thick, and we're actually going to start filling this tonight and see what happens. The big boys themselves are over here in this temporary pond, and this is the cheapest 12 by 10 pond liner that I could order off of Amazon, with cinder block walls. They're not reinforced. The pothos for filtration. It's got the AquaClear along with an EM filter. As you guys know, I enjoy and like EM filters. And it works out pretty well. There's JoJo. And there's Thanksgiving. And his 16-inch pot.